What is going on, you guys? AK-40 Kevin here in the gamer heaven.
What's going on, guys? It's Joe from Seattle here in the Joe from Seattle mobile. I swear to God, one day you guys are going to laugh at that. I do that like every video.
And about 6-8 months, something like that ago, I lose track of time, I made a video about why PC gaming is better than console gaming, and now I want to go back to my console roots and go over the pros of console gaming vice PC gaming.
I love it when people preface their videos like this. It's like, because you argued the other side, therefore the other side is also correct. Like, no. If I tell you I have frosted flakes in my room, which may or may not be true, then I don't also get to say, oh, frosted flakes aren't in my room.
I'm not going to talk about laptop gaming because that's completely irrelevant. So,
laptop gaming is not irrelevant. It's a really great thing that I wish people would stop brushing aside.
Console gaming. It's a much more casual experience. What do I mean by that? You can chill on your couch or on your bed.
PC gaming can be as casual as it gets. I mean, what are some of the most popular games on PC right now? World of Warcraft? The Sims? Among Us? Fall Guys? Yes, console gaming is, I guess, more casual, but that doesn't mean it's significantly more casual than the alternatives.
And you're looking at a TV, you're not right up on a monitor with headphones making your ears all drippy and sweaty.
I mean, literally everything you just said can apply to consoles. I used to have a console at my desk, like next to my PC. Yeah, my console now is over by my TV, but I could easily swap those, and I have swapped those. Where you choose to put the console has nothing to do with the console's intended purpose.
You got your surround sound, your sound bar. It's just a much more casual, relaxing experience. Now,
surround sound and sound bars can be on pretty much anything.
Is there competitive console players in console tournaments? Yes, but the majority of console players are just out there for the casual encounters, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, and the majority of PC gamers are out there for the casual encounters as well. This is a really stupid argument.
So, that is a definite perk.
What in the good Lord's name is your sub alert? Is that your sub alert? I really shouldn't be surprised at this point.
Also, the co-op is a hell of a lot better.
Yeah, no.
I'm not talking about online multiplayer here, boys. I'm talking about co-op. So either split screen or even games where you and your homeboys are on the same screen, like A Way Out or Army of Two, things that, like party games where you can have 4 controllers, just 4 people knuckles deep flicking the sticks on each other.
This is another argument that you see sometimes from people who just don't understand what they're talking about. The console is not inherently more co-op than the PC. Games are inherently more co-op than each other, and you can get those co-op games on PC. You realize you can plug controllers into a PC, right? You can have 4 controllers in a PC. You can have a keyboard and mouse with 3 controllers in a PC. I literally play Smash and Mario Party on my PC with other people there. Split screen exists on PC. Party games and co-op exist on PC. Local multiplayer is very much alive on PC. And I also find it so funny that you're a console guy talking about local multiplayer and local co-op. The thing that the 8th gen of consoles completely turned their back on.
Having a great time, crashing some White Claws.
White Claws? Bro, I thought the world was past White Claws at this point.
Crashing some White Claws and, you know, disobeying the game laws.
White Claws and the game laws. I'm gonna make a mixtape called White Claws and Game Laws.
So that is really cool. There's no real co-op on PC, like...
I'm sorry, so we went from the consoles have better co-op to now the PC has no co-op. This is going well. This is going really well. I can tell you really researched this.
You're not going to invite your buddies over to go sit at your desktop and all have their own keyboards and mice and headsets and monitors. It's not practical. Nobody really does it. I mean, I guess you could, but...
I literally do that. Sometimes I'll have my friends over and I'll play Smash. Haven't done it recently since I just moved. And I know if I don't add that amendum, then my friends are going to text me and be like, what the fuck, we haven't done that recently. I'm sorry, friends. Come over right now. I'll kiss you.
Why would you subject your friends to that? Nobody wants that in their life.
So putting multiple people on the same console, that's fine. Putting multiple people on the same PC, nobody wants that. You are such a good debater. You're so good at arguing your points. I believe everything you're saying.
Also, the price for performance is really good on consoles, so...
It's really, really not. And it's going to get more expensive in this coming generation. $70 games, $200 hard drives. Yeah, have fun with that.
Back in the day, like the PS2 era and Xbox 360, there was a huge difference between gaming PCs and consoles.
Wait, PS2 and 360 were different eras.
But honestly, with the current generation, the gap is getting closed, and the next generation is going to bring that even closer. Like,
dude, the gap was bigger than it's ever been during the PS4 era. Like PS4 and Xbox One versus PC, that's the biggest the gap has ever been. And going into the new generation, no, that gap's not getting closer. This is the RTX 3070. Comes out later this month, $500. It outperforms both consoles. Like, dramatically outperforms both of them. One card, same price. It's going to get cheaper as time goes on. That's not even talking about the 3080 and the 3090. And again, let's talk about $200 hard drives. Let's talk about $70 games. Let's talk about the lack of customization. Let's talk about the non-upgradable hardware. Let's talk about the paid online versus free online. Let's talk about the indie marketplace. Let's talk about the variety of game genres available to you. Let's talk about CPU capabilities during gameplay. Let's talk about all the other functions of the PC aside from just running games. And let's also talk about the fact that the consoles are going to be running at 120 FPS maximum, and I have my doubts as to how many games are actually going to get up that high in the first place. But yes, tell me more about how the gap is closing. The gap's getting so close. No, it's not. No, it's not. People like you always say this and then you don't explain why, because if you had to explain why, you would realize that you're wrong.
For $550, $600, the Series X and the PS5 are going to run like a $1,100 mid to high end gaming PC.
No. 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 Again, I feel like I have to repeat this. The 3070, $500 on launch day. Keyword, on launch day. PC prices tend to drop pretty quickly after the launch hype. Definitely a lot quicker than consoles. And this thing smokes the Series X and the PS5. It rolls them up and smokes them. Am I allowed to say that without getting demonetized? It's legal here. I don't know where I was going with that. Sorry, let's keep going.
And people don't know how to build PCs, even though it's super easy.
People don't know how to do it, but it's super easy. Okay, so learn. It's like saying people don't know how to make cereal, but it's super easy. So just learn to do it. If you admit that it's super easy, then why is the learning curve a point against it?
And they don't want to swap out components and install an operating system and all that shit. They just want to plug it in.
Okay, you have to swap out components whenever you choose to. It's not something that you have to do. Also, installing an operating system is something you do once when you first get the PC. And that's if the PC doesn't have it already pre-installed.
The price to performance is pretty damn good, and a lot of that is due to the new infrastructure, architecture, whatever you call it.
Infrastructure, architecture, whatever you call it. I don't know. I'm sure it's fine.
That these new manufacturers are using. Basically, it lets...
Then he just jumps right past it. It's due to the amazing architecture. I don't know what it is, but it's amazing. I don't know what it's called. I don't know how it works. Whatever you call it. I'm sure it's really great. Hashtag not sponsored.
Not to get too technical in this video, but it lets...
I don't want to get too technical in this video. Also, building PCs is really easy, but don't do it.
These new consoles run a lot more video memory. Like, we're talking like 40 gigs, which is insane, because I have like a $400 graphics card, and it only has 8 gigs of GDDR6 RAM.
Wait, 40 gigs of... I have to Google this. Where the fuck are you getting your numbers? Hang on. Xbox Series X memory. Okay, either I'm stupid and just can't find this, or you're just making this up. The Xbox Series X and the PS5 have 16 gigs of RAM. Where the fuck is 40 coming from? You're just making this up.
Also, the console is like the center of your living room entertainment center. It's a Blu-ray player, internet browser, YouTube playing, Netflix and chillin' machine, so you don't need to buy another DVD player or anything.
Everything you just said is on a PC as well. Like, literally all of those things. Blu-ray player optional.
You don't need to have any other devices technically in your living room besides obviously a TV and a good sound system to run it, but...
I mean, yeah, my Xbox One has basically been relegated to a DVD player and a Netflix machine at this point. It's good at that. It does its job well. If you want to make the point that consoles are a good DVD player, I'll never argue with that one.
Yeah, you just plug that in there and you can do so much with it.
Everything you listed is on PC, and the PC can do more. The multitasking argument and the versatility argument, that's not an argument you want to start.
Like that one device can pretty much run the entertainment center for, you can play Pandora on there and have music fill in your living room.
Oh man, Pandora in my living room. However else would I do that?
You can watch YouTube videos.
YouTube videos. However else would I do that?
Like and subscribe. I'm a YouTuber. Watch me.
Or subscribe to me. You could probably subscribe to me.
You can Netflix and chill yourself, which is always fun.
Netflix and chill yourself. Insert masturbation joke.
The next point is you can trade them in for a little bit of cash towards the next console when you go to upgrade.
And I could also sell every single individual piece of my PC. Again, this is another argument. Resale value is another argument you don't want to make when comparing consoles and PCs. PCs have way more resale value because there's just more that we can sell. And our machinery carries more value for a longer amount of time.
So you can go like PS4 to PS4 Pro to PS5 or...
I'm sorry, weren't you just talking about how the consoles are less expensive, but now you're talking about all the different models and upgrades that you make with the consoles? Let's see, PS4, it's $400. Then PS4 Pro, that was $400. That's $800 on its own with a slight improvement of performance. And you still aren't even close to the performance of a PC or the customizability of a PC. For $800, and you're just glossing right over that?
Xbox One to One S to One X.
Yeah, and that sentence right there, Xbox One to One S to One X, it's like $1,000 at least.
To Series X. I fucking hate how Microsoft names their consoles. It's super confusing.
Yes. I agree.
But that's really cool because you don't see anybody wheeling in a 100-pound full tower PC on like a little dolly cart, bringing it into GameStop to trade it in.
Yeah, that's because we don't go to GameStop because we're smart. We sell our parts individually online. And again, you're just glossing right over this because you don't pay attention to the things you say. You're just doing this for views, I'm assuming. Reselling and buying new parts on the PC is infinitely cheaper than constantly upgrading to the new versions of consoles. You were so close to getting it. So close.
Your best bet at that point would be to like strip it out for parts and sell the components one by one.
Which is what everyone already does.
Or to keep the components that you can salvage and use on your next build.
Again, people already do that.
But honestly, it's not the same.
Yeah, I know it's not the same. It's better. More cost efficient. Better quality of life. Like, what other words do you want me to use? It's not the same. We know that. Thank you.
Granted, GameStop's gonna bin you over and take you to Pound Town. Probably give you like, I don't know, $80 for a console you spent $400 on. But
if GameStop's gonna screw you over for reselling consoles, why did you bring up GameStop reselling consoles as a positive?
At least it's something.
At least it's something. So reselling consoles and getting ripped off on your console resale, at least it's something. But PC selling individual parts, nah, it's too hard. We can't do that. Can't do that. It's too hard.
Especially if you get store credit, because you're going to buy the console there, you get a little bit more. Muy poquito.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, when you put it that way, I'm going to sell all my PCs.
You get just a little bit more. So that's cool. Lower power consumption, which nobody really gives a shit about.
Yeah, that's true. Nobody gives a shit about it.
It's not that noticeable. You'd probably save like $5 a year if you're leaving your console on 24/7, which is bad. I probably wouldn't recommend that, but...
Well, $5 a year, in that case, let me just pack it all up.
There are micro PCs, micro case PCs that run pretty low power consumption, but...
So you invalidated your own point. Cool.
Generally, consoles do consume a lot less energy, so...
Consoles consume a lot less energy, but about $5 a year worth. This is why when you make videos like this, you want to at least bullet point your points out before you start. Like, you're literally proving your own points wrong within sentences of themselves.
Also, it's a different experience playing on a big-ass screen, which is really cool. You see those...
Yeah, I love input lag. Wait.
Big old wide scenes. There's a ton of explosions and vistas off in the distance and stuff.
Again, this is not exclusive to consoles or... Oh my god.
It gives you a different sense of scope than playing like right up on a monitor, which is better for competitive play, obviously, because you can see the whole screen right in front of you. But sometimes it's nice to have that big old screen in front of you.
Wait, better for competitive play? I thought you said earlier that competitive play was more tuned for PC. And it wasn't really a thing on console. Oh no, you said competitive play is a thing on console, but it's more casual. But you can have a monitor. So you admit that you can have a monitor on a console, but you can also have a TV on a console because it's more casual, but it can also be more competitive. Like, do you not realize you're contradicting your own points? Do you want to argue that consoles are more casual or that they're more versatile? You have to pick a lane, and both lanes are wrong.
And speaking of screens, TVs, it's a lot more common for 4K HDR. Even cheap, shitty brands like TCL, Insignia, Avira.
How many people are actually gaming in 4K? A lot of people don't game in 4K because, I mean, yeah, A, it's expensive, but B, also playing on a console in 4K just does not feel good. 4K gaming is just not as much of a thing as Microsoft and Sony want you to think it is. I would much rather we master 1440p or at least master 60 FPS before we start jumping on the 4K train.
Element, like all these little like $400 TVs and shit, you can get like a 55-inch 4K HDR TV.
Hang on, I'm fact checking this. Let's go over to Best Buy. 55-inch 4K TV. We got $450, $530, $600, $400. Okay, now let's check out 4K gaming monitor. We got $700, $700, $400, $3,000. What? Oh, Alienware. Okay. We got $240, $430, $300. What are we doing here? What am I doing here? Why am I fact checking this? What's the difference? What is the substantial difference? Like, over $400 you can get a 4K TV. $400 I can get a 4K monitor. Like, what is the end argument? What is the end argument here? Where are we going? I just need to know where this relationship is going. Okay? Because if there's no direction, I don't know if I can keep doing this. If I don't know what the end goal is, I don't know if I should be wasting my time. I've just been through so much.
As or if you're trying to get 4K and HDR in a gaming monitor, you're going to spend some serious ducats. You're getting close to 4 figures, no doubt. So
no. Like, just Google it. No.
Yeah, it's a lot more common to have those features in a TV. So again, keeps the cost of gaming down.
The cost. I've been standing here talking into this microphone for 29 minutes and 37 seconds now. I jump ship on these videos early sometimes. Like, when it's clear that we're not going anywhere, we're not going to say anything logical or fact-based or anything like that. This is usually where I jump ship and just end the video. Because there's only so much exhaustion I'm willing to pay on a Sunday morning. There's football. Okay, there's football. I'll keep going for a little more. Just a little bit more, we'll see if we go somewhere better.
Also, with the 4K, you have to have a hell of a rig, a good old PC, in order to run 4K at a reliable frames per second, as we're like...
Are we really about to talk about reliable frames per second on PC versus console? Are we actually about to do that?
The Xbox One X and PS4 Pro can hit 4K at 30.
Whoa, 30? 30? Dude, 30 frames? 30? 30? Slow down! That's so many!
And the next gen consoles will do 4K at like 60.
Dude, 60 frames? That's so many frames, bro. 60? Get out of here with 60 frames. You kidding me? You can't do that many frames. I've never even heard of that many frames, bro. I can't even believe that you would do 60 frames right now.
Also, there's a unique line of accessories for each manufacturer. Like, PlayStation has the PSVR, which is freaking cool, by the way.
Dude, bro, VR? Dude, VR? That's only on PlayStation. Holy cow!
PSVR 2 is coming out on PS5. That'll be cool.
PSVR 2? Bro, there's no Valve Index 2. Checkmate, PC nerds.
Xbox has like hundreds of limited edition controllers, which look really bomb.
Bro, controllers? Controllers? Dude, Microsoft invented controllers.
And there's the Kinect if you want to subject yourself to that bullshit.
Kinect? What's Kinect?
So really cool to have all these nice little accessories and stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure people are lining up out the door for a Kinect in 2020. Dude, fuck the pandemic. I will stand outside in a crowd of 100 people if I can get my mitts on a Kinect.
PC also has like VR and stuff, but it costs a lot and it takes a lot of energy to get set up. So
And back to the energy argument. I can tell you really care about the environment, bro.
also there's really cool social hubs, and I'm not just talking about the PSN and Xbox Live.
What other social hub? You know what? I'm done. I'm done. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Twitch. You can donate with the link in the channel. I have the music channel down below. I'm going to post new music soon. I have recorded some more stuff. I can't do this. I just can't. You're wasting my time. I'm done.